Just getting up from the dinner table when I got a phone call from one of my deacons that there's been a shooting at the church. I got in my car, zipped down here, and I remember thinking it looked like a beehive.
Just what I heard earlier about a man with a black jacket and long hair just came in during the vigil prayer and just started shooting.
On that night, we saw the darkness come in, guns blazing to kill, harm, and destroy as many people as he could. And I think realizing that really the only safe place to be is in the center of God's will.
We had a yellow Labrador, Jake, and I was laying in the living room watching the TV, and he just started barking. So I went outside in my shorts, my t-shirt, and walked up to the edge of my grass, which is right here, and looking at this building. And all of a sudden, Paul Glenn, one of the members of our church, came out around the building, came right over here and stood on the grass. And that's when he said the words that just changed the whole atmosphere, everything. He said, "There's someone shooting in the church, and Kevin Gailey has been hit."
When he was coming in the door, he had a cigarette in his mouth, and some of the people I was with said, "Somebody needs to tell this guy we don't allow smoking in the building." So I walked over to just greet him as he walked in the door and just say, "Hey, welcome to Wedgwood. Would you mind putting out your cigarette?" He reached under his sweatshirt, pulled out a 9mm and shot me twice, once in the stomach and once in the left arm.
When we walked in here, you heard bang, bang, bang. He was shooting. There wasn't any way that I'm going to stop. So I pointed Charles down to the far doors, and I said, "I'm going in these doors." And as soon as I ran down there, and as soon as I hit the door and pushed open, there was one last bang. And when I walked in, I couldn't see anything. It was like it was vacant. There was nobody there. And then all of a sudden, I saw one body pop up out of a pew. He stood up and said, "He shot himself. Let's get out of here." And at those words, everybody got up off the floor where they were hiding under the pews and just started pouring out of the sanctuary.
A lot of people over the past 20 years have asked me, why did it happen? Why did some people in here die? Why did some walk away? And why would God allow something like this to happen at all, much less in a church? And I've thought about it and prayed about it, and kind of what God has told me is you just have to trust that I'm God, that I'm sovereign, and that I'm in control, and I know what's best. And either I believe that or I don't.
We printed off all the emails and strung them on the walls, never intending to do more. But before it was over, we had strung all the emails and all the cards and letters. When we've been stringing them and looking at them, we're reminded of things and stories that maybe we missed, but you can hardly work on them because you can't stop reading. It's still very significant.
Getting through a horrific event, I don't understand how people could even attempt to do it without God. I don't know how people would pretend that they can get through this without a God who provides comfort, provides love, provides healing in a way that nothing on this earth can provide.
The people I know about the church as a whole, it strengthened our faith because the Prince of Darkness threw his biggest haymaker at us that you can't even imagine, and it just drew us closer to God and closer to one another. Where else do you turn when life falls apart? You got no other answers. There's nowhere else to go.
The lives that were changed and affected, God had a plan for their lives, and their lives were touched in such a way that their lives still go on. Even those who died at this scene, their lives still go on. They live in me. I walk out every day of my life and I see the memorial out here with all the 7 faces. I live with them every day.